Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Live from the Sword Coast podcast. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly dungeon master this evening. Tonight, we are continuing on with our ongoing campaign, playing Greg Gillespie's super cool Barrowmaze Complete, using a modified version of Kevin Crawford's Scarlet Heroes game. And with me tonight, I have the 3 stars of the Wednesday night session. Those are in order that they logged in. Now, actually, I don't know if this is a correct order you logged in, but first up is Dave.
Oh, hey, everybody. I'm Dave. I'll be playing Wes Littlefoot, a stealthy little halfling ranger, and his trusty bird wingtip.
Nice. And next up is Chad. He makes his triumphant return to the channel.
Yes, I am returning as Roan Scarscourse, half-orc, demon-blooded sorcerer who dabbles in crime when he's got the time.
And the rhyme.
Yes, this is my first run at Scarlet Heroes version of the character, so we'll see how that goes.
Mm-hmm. And we get to fill in what Roan has been doing. Chad, in his day job, is a professional writer, so I am doing what all lazy DMs do and finding creative friends to do the writing for them. All right, I'm launching the game here. And last but certainly not least is the man, the myth, the legend, Jeffrey.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff, and tonight I'm going to be continuing play as Badonk Bent Bucket, the lucky goblin looter, who's kind of a monk, kind of an acrobat. Mm-hmm. And tonight's very tasty beverage is the Glenlivet Founder's Reserve.
Ooh, nice. Very fancy. Once again, I am holding up the either very, very old man or very, very young contingent with my blueberry herb tea, but I am sick tonight as well. So this is my level of commitment. I woke up with a brutal cold. So if I sound a little stuffed up or I'm a little muddle-headed tonight, you can thank my pre-Christmas cold for that. But I really did want to make sure we made the session, not only because I have that obligation to my players, but also because I do have some very special thank yous to start the session with. And the first, I think the probably the most important one is a massive, massive thank you to the very, very generous donors who have participated in our Heroes Save Villages charity fundraising campaign. This is something that I set up. God, I think it was in the second. It's been only about 6 months that we've had it because it was in the second half of the year. I'm just going to switch screens here for a moment and just go to the donation screen. Oh, actually, that's the wrong screen. Let's see here. Okay, let me just switch my thing here. Boom, there we go. So the Hero Save Villages campaign was originally set up as a way of reconciling a moral quandary I had with one of the games that I was running at the time. And since setting up the game, I can tell you when the first donation came in was 5 months ago. So it's been about 5 months. The generous donors who have given their very real dollars to SOS Children's Villages International have included such very, very generous and awesome gamers as George Straighton, who I played a very cool game of Star Wars Fantasy Flight, or the Fantasy Flight versions of Star Wars with his group. Robert Gamble as well. I have a charity session with Robert early in the new year. Two of our very generous players, Dave and Jeff, were very, very kindly donated their money. And while they didn't claim any of the rewards, I will be running charity sessions for them as well. James Henderson, a new friend who joined me for the first session I ran at an online convention. And to round out our year and help us meet our goal of raising $1,000 was the very, very generous and awesome George Flowers. George has very kindly invited me to play in his Champions game for months now, and I've unfortunately, my schedule has been really fucked, so I have not been able to go in. But notwithstanding my delay, George gave us a very generous last-minute donation for this as well. So a big, big thank you to everybody who participated in this. I am extremely gratified to see that this charity, which I do care a great deal about, be able to get that much money from gamers. You know, this money, for those who are unfamiliar with SOS Children's Villages, this money will go to help kids. And I really can't think of a better cause than children to benefit from the generosity of my awesome viewers, friends, and gamers. So that was my first big thank you. So a very special thank you to all of the donors. We will be kicking off a new version of the Hero Save Villages campaign to raise even more money for 2019, but more about that in a little bit of time. Second thing I want to say a big thank you to is to Jeff Talanian, the creator and publisher of Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea. This is a really cool OSR game that I ran. It's very swords and sorcery and weird fantasy that I ran at the inaugural Hobbsapalooza gaming convention. And I love the game. It's a really, really awesome game. I'm looking forward to kicking off an ongoing campaign with it in the new year. But Jeff was very kindly and completely unnecessarily sent me a little surprise with my most recent purchase of that, which I'd ordered it before the session. The shirt I'm wearing is what I received as a surprise. So I got this very, very cool thing with a demon on the front, and on the back, the referee. So a huge thank you to Jeff for this. This is a fucking awesome shirt, and I will wear it every time I run Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea. I also may be wearing it around the house to tell my son that I'm a referee. So thank you for that as well. And I guess while we're in the thanking mood, I want to thank everybody who's been joining us on the channel as well, too. This past week, we actually surpassed 600 subscribers, which was pretty fucking cool because it really just felt like yesterday that we were at 500. So for everybody who's joined us on the channel, thanks so much for joining us. I hope you enjoy what we've got so far, and we've got some really fun stuff for you in the coming year. And I guess since we are thanking, I of course want to thank my players. So guys, I've only got 3 of you here today, but for everybody who plays in my ongoing campaigns and everybody who's played in any of my one-shots, a massive thank you to you guys. A DM is nothing without his players, and without the my players patiently agreeing to the streaming on the channel too, I would be someone who would be talking about the very cool games I'd be running for nobody in particular on this channel. So for those 3 of you who are here, thanks guys for joining me on this on the YouTube adventure. So with all those thanks and such out of the way, now let's bring down the hammer and earn this referee shirt and try and kill some players. So let's do the old what do you call it? The camera dance here and get into roll 20. So let's see here. Where we turn that off. Okay. So guys, there we are. And there we are. What? Oof. Okay, I'm missing Jeff in. Yeah, okay. I'm going to refresh mine as well.
The Barrowmaze.
All right. Oh, my wind stopped for some reason. Why did my wind stop? I like my wind. Oh, there it is again. Nice. Okay. So Dave's camera's not working in Roll20, and Jeff's camera's not working in Roll20.
We can see you.
Oh, no, I mean that could very well be. Maybe I need to refresh my.
Mine's
camera.
working in Roll20 now.
Yeah,
I can see Jeff and Chad moving around.
Okay, let's see here.
Just hit refresh. I think it's you.
Yeah.
And there's everyone's smiling faces. Look at that. Let's see if we can't do something about that. All right, so why don't we open the session, guys, with a scene of this big Chad, am I remembering correctly that Roan has tattoos on him as well?
Some tattoos, but mostly scars.
Oh,
yeah, including a big one on his back that is shaped like kind of a weird horse.
Right.
Yeah, it sort of looks like the Uffington White Horse.
Okay.
And yeah, he wears very ratty, tattered clothing that looks like it's been stitched and patched over and over again.
And for those who may be new to the Barrowmaze campaign, this is what our version of the town of Helix kind of looks like. So you come staggering in to the, and I guess town is honestly a little more generous than it deserves. It really is more of a village, a thorp, I guess. I think it's a step above a thorp, so maybe it's a hamlet. This big scarred half orc comes walking, into town, and all you hear around you, Roan, is a buzz about this, the flying city, and you, I think, have completely missed this whole time. But you sort of, and even strangely enough, you can see that it appears that Mr. Paggins has, as you're walking into the Brazen Strumpet, Mr. Paggins, the big former or aged war dog that hangs out with Alistair outside of the Brazen Strumpet, he has a brand new and fancy looking leash or a collar on him.
I imagine he still doesn't like me very much.
As you walk by, there's a low, as he encouraging you to keep your distance. Alistair, of course, just has that still like 1,000-yard stare off ahead of him, and he's still kind of muttering to himself. It's probably, I think it's probably a late afternoon at this point. Wherever you have been, you've just come back to town. So you walk in, and who you find sitting there is Badonk and Wes. Now, Badonk seems to, he's got his two trusty dogs sitting at his feet. We haven't done this for a little bit. Let's quickly show what everybody looks like here. So this is, of course, Wes Littlefoot and our good friend Badonk Bentbucket. And
I love Badonk. It's wild.
It's so good. Paizo, this is a non sequitur. Paizo sent out their Christmas card against, and usually they use the goblins as the mascots, right? But since Starfinder has come out, they've been using Skittermanders, which I love more than I can possibly say. Like, they're the greatest fuzzy little. Basically, imagine like troll dolls that were all hair. That's basically what a Skittermander is. Last year they did Skittermanders alone with a bunch of Christmas stuff. This year it's goblins and Skittermanders in a snowball fight.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, I love it so much.
Can you play those in Starfinder, or are they just like monsters?
Yes.
Yeah, you can play them.
Starfinder is one of these like the rules. I'll just quickly gush for 1 second because the newest adventure came in, and I went through the same thing I always go through with Starfinder, which is I love this fucking product so much I can't wait to run it. And then I start reading the rules and like, this is so unnecessarily complicated. But like the most recent Alien book that came out, Chad, you can play an uplifted bear.
Yeah, Brent was yelling about it to me when I was over at his place the other night. Look it, you can be a bear.
It's the greatest. I didn't know I wanted to be a space bear before, but holy fuck, do I want to be a space bear now? Not as badly as I want to be a Skittermander, but in any event. So Roan, you come walking in, and what is he looking like? Like, does he look different from what he was like before? What epic series of encounters are writ across his troubled face?
I think that Roan is looking even rougher than he normally does.
Which is definitely saying a lot.
Yes, which is definitely saying a lot. Perhaps a haunted expression on his face. Maybe he's a little paler than normal, and looks probably looks like he's been running for about a month.
Ooh, interesting. So you walk into the Brazen Strumpet, and what you see there again is Badonk and Wes. Wes looks like he's got a bit of a tear in his hat that he's trying to mend at this point. Keen observers might suggest it's in the shape of a giant stinger tear, because it seems to go right through the top of the hat. And Badonk is looking just overall beaten, like he's got a few more scars, and they look a little fresh. So there are these, vibrant, pinkish scars that seem to be healing, but not healing well. And at his feet, of course, are the two scrappy little, mongrel kind of circus dogs, Biscuit and Bone, who are ever present at his heels.
Is Vasquez with us?
Vasquez is, of course, with you as well. Yeah.
Amazing.
So here is Vaz. And you actually haven't met Vaz yet, Roan.
I have not.
And now you have been traveling with another NPC whose name I don't remember right now because I'm sick and didn't have time to look it up.
And I could have sworn that I wrote it down, and I don't have it in my. I did find my notes, but I couldn't find her name.
Oh shit. Yeah, you know what? If Dave was here, he would be able to remind us because Skurg, I know, has a thing for her.
Skurg never forgets a redhead.
Or a brunette.
I think that's one of his traits, actually. Let me see here. There was a time when I was doing camping. Well, and it doesn't really matter. She's not here right now in any event. I will reintroduce her because she still is on your payroll. But she's just not here tonight. So you walk in, you can see that the two of your former companions are there. What do you think, like in broad strokes, Chad, what has Roan been up to for the last little while?
Roan has been in the wilderness with the hireling, who believed that he was a fervent devotee of Hearn the Hunter, like she was. And of course, Roan is a big, fat, giant liar. But he's usually pretty good at it, so he was able to keep her convinced. I have a feeling that he did not keep up his scheme nearly as well when he was introduced to some of the other faithful, including perhaps like a clergy leader.
Well, and one of the things you found as well when you met those folks, because this is filling in the month that you've been away, you find that they're actually they seem to be a bit under siege. Like, in addition to whatever problems, you guys have been focused on the Barrowmaze, and that's really what most of the community is adventurers interested in getting to and exploring the Barrowmaze. And then with this recent, appearance of the Flying City, that certainly distracted everyone for a bit. But because the faith, the older faiths, the Angramak, have been sort of pushed to the edges of civilization, people don't realize that their numbers have been thinning as a result of something that the community you met call the Blight. And the way that they seem to talk about it is the same way that, like, people in zombie movies talk about infection. Like, it's members of the druidic circle that are falling prey to some of these kind of corruption and blight. So what does Roan make of that type of, or what would he have made of that kind of discovery?
Well, considering that he is demon-blooded, and one of the reasons he came to the Barrowmaze was to try to find a way to have his magical power without the tainted maraschino cherry of the hells on top of it. I think he would find it pretty concerning. Like I think one of the reasons why he kept up the scam and wanted to, hang with the followers of Hearn would have been hoping that their priesthood might be able to, sort of keep the darkness in him at bay.
Okay.
And if they're equally as susceptible to this sort of thing, he would probably cut and run, which is they probably have been hunting ever since.
So what I'm actually going to say is there is a point after about a week or so that you were there that your community was actually set upon by not only a very powerful corrupt druid who looked like this.
Oh, looks familiar.
But that druid, in addition to his unnatural supporters, was also astride this scaled horror.
Oh, yeah, you don't want any part of that.
No, and in fact, I think that the reason you don't have your sidekick with you any longer is she fell victim to the wyvern's poison. You did manage to get her away, but she died in horrific agony as a result of a sting of the wyvern. And you kind of have been, for however long it was that you were trying to get away from them. You then finally escaped the pursuit, but then quickly found yourself. Do you have any like nature skills or anything like that? Any nature or any traits that would?
Almost certainly not.
No, that works out fine. Because I think what happened then is that you have been.
The trees were not intimidated by my glares.
No, so like you found yourself incredibly lost in the sprawling blackened forest, rife with those corrupt druids, the other perils of the forest, and the many overly large spiders that populate that region. So this is maybe you, having run out of food 2 days ago, finally stumbling back into town. Your canteen has maybe 1 or 2 swigs left in it.
I would have found my way back sooner if I wasn't still carrying one of Badonk's sledgehammers. So you stagger in, and Wes and Badonk, which of you would be the one more likely to keep an eye on the door?
Oh, I think in the condition that we're in, I don't know how much attention we'd be paying at this point.
It's the afternoon too, so it's not super busy in here at this point. You see that Karg Barrowgut's seat is now empty during the day for the first time in about 4 days, thanks to the departure of Serene. He's able to get himself back to work. But so then you two are. Do you think Badonk and Wes would be talking about what happened, or do you think that they would just be kind of silently processing it?
I think we'd be talking about it.
Okay. So we'll open the scene then with that. Rowan, you can feel free to introduce yourself whenever you want. So Badonk and Wes, what are you guys talking about?
Wes isn't drinking. No. Bad things happen when Wes drinks.
Badonk is drinking today.
Yeah.
Ghosts attack by.
Is it goblin size or troll size?
Oh, just goblin. He's not like a heavy imbuer, but
he's not getting day drunk on shard.
No.
Okay.
So they're probably the two that I know best in the bar. So I guess I'll join them, and I will order a troll-sized pint and whatever food there is.
Okay. So the let's see here, who would be on duty? Actually, we'll see Tacey again, the vivacious redhead. So she walks over and she kind of hits you on the shoulder. She says, "I haven't seen you in a day."
Yeah, it's been a while. The woods are even less friendly than the Barrowmoors these days.
You should ask these ones.
Yeah, they look like how I feel.
I'll get you your point. And she goes off, and what do you guys say?
Mr. Roan, right? It's been a long time.
It is, Wes. Long time.
Oh, wow. I almost called you Mr. Skirk when I saw you because we don't get many half-orcs in here, but he hasn't been around in a while either.
Well, I think Mr. Scourge is not going to be very happy with me the next time he sees me. But
I think Wes's next trait should be little racist. Half orcs all look alike, right?
Well, no, he's got a low intelligence and low charisma, so I've got to. He's not the smartest bulb in the box.
It's good to see you, friend. Much has happened since you've been gone.
yeah, I hear talk of a flying city, and I've been lost in the woods for the past month or so.
Oh
Oh, I
man,
could have got you. Where were you lost?
If I knew where I was lost, Wes, I wouldn't have been lost.
Oh, right. Well, if you were in the forest and I knew you were lost, I would have come and found you because I'm good in the forest at finding people and things and avoiding stuff.
I appreciate that. Hey, it looks like you're dry here. Can I get you a drink?
No. But thank you. Last time I drank, I got kidnapped. And the
Tacey
time
comes
before
back and puts the drink down and says, Roan, by any chance, you haven't seen, what were their names again? Barwood and Grigg?
aha! Very
She
fun.
winks at you, Badonk.
I have not.
That joke is so old now.
Look, why don't you make a joke about a wyvern?
Yeah. Have you seen a wyvern and an evil druid?
A funny story I have.
Huh?
Oh no, really?
What?
Remember the hiking I used to have?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's say Hearn the Hunter is Hearn the Hunted these days.
What? No. How? What?
There.
Vaz says, who's this one?
Oh, Taz? Sorry, this is Mr. Rome. He's one of our friends who go into the Barrowmoor and like dig out all sorts of stuff and try to not get killed.
Roan, would you kindly make a, let's see here, I think a wisdom check, and let's see about your traits. I'm trying to see if you would notice something about her.
Okay.
She's got a thing for skirt.
I'd maybe let you add con man. I think just because that's like, you know.
And what am I rolling here?
Your wisdom, please. Oh, you're rolling 2d8. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to set up a quick roll for you. Sorry, we had nothing on your character sheet yet because.
No worries. So 2d8.
Okay, 1 second here. I can.
Bonuses there.
Here, add macro. Whoa, 10. You have no bonus from wisdom, and what is your wisdom?
It is 9, I believe. So no.
Okay, yeah, no. So what? The +1 from con man gives you 1. So this woman is human, and 1 sec here. Okay. Oops, wrong thing. Boom. All right, so Wick, if you go into your character sheet, the third tab, there should be under abilities there, something called trait roll.
Mm-hmm.
If you tick on show in macro bar, that should show up in the bottom left of your screen.
Do a little mechanical fix here. There we go.
It should be a separate button that shows up.
Okay. Trait roll.
Beautiful. We'll do your first roll because it was better. But there is something. So this, she's a human, and she has dark hair. She's got very dark eyes as well too. But there's something familiar about her. You can't place what it is, but there's something, I don't know, familiar. She just kind of nods her head and says, Vaz. And then goes back to drinking her pint. So, Badonk, you were saying.
Yeah, what I was saying was we had a run-in with a wyvern and a druid. Barely got out of there alive, actually.
Yeah, they are bad news, man.
Yeah. Unfortunately, poor little me and Wes here, we're not that equipped to take on such a beast as that.
We did drive it off.
We did manage to drive them off, but
That's something.
Shot that druid full of arrows and kicked him a couple times, and heck, you even knocked him out of his wild shape. That was pretty funny.
yes, that was pretty good. I think the druid was a little worse for the wear, but I don't know that we had hurt that beast very much.
Oh, I hit it twice at least.
You guys also recovered something, remember?
Oh yeah, we got a whole bunch of loot.
You did.
Nice.
Lots and lots of loot.
One of which was, it was the great sword versus lycanthropes, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So it's probably like leaning up against the bar, but Roan, it's kind of like a Zweihander style massive sword that has a stylized pommel or hilt, I should say, that has like kind of like chasing wolves going out and then roaring up into the heavens. And then the two sort of like the cross point, the parry point or whatever else halfway up the blade, that seems to have the stylized carvings on it as well, that look kind of like a man boar of some kind of form, and the hilt itself is wrapped in kind of a thick but matted fur, and the pommel at the end is a massive kind of like what I can't remember what it's called, like rampart wolf's head, like as if it's roaring to the side with a giant pearl in its jaws.
Impressive.
Mm-hmm. Much bigger than either of your colleagues.
We could barely carry that stuff back, but
Yeah.
we got help. Some goblins in a
You string the
extra one.
up on bags, like, and use the sword to carry it, like.
Yes,
We could have done that. We
Ewok
didn't do
style.
that.
Yeah.
We flew in the Ecto one.
Yeah.
Was it the Ecto one? No, it was the other one. It was Daisy or something.
Oh, yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
It's like a whirly thing.
Wasn't it Delhi? Because it was Delia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Delia.
Delhi.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we met some dirty gnomes.
We met some gnomes.
Not
And
too bad, but I don't know.
they had a flying machine. It was kind of fun.
Rona, give me a intelligence check, please, and you can go ahead and add your experienced smuggler to that, because you've been around.
All right. So is that a trait roll again as well?
Yeah, just a trait roll. Everything in this is always going to be 2d8. Ew. Okay, so yeah, you have no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Evil gnomes? It was a city of evil gnomes? That's weird.
Yeah.
So
Be expected.
now that you're back at the table and you're kind of settling in, it's amazing how, and now that you've got one or two drinks in you, it's amazing how fast the horrors of the last couple of days melt away. What are you thinking?
More horrors. More horrors.
Well, I mean, I came here to explore the Barrowmaze, so I haven't done a lot of that. I haven't even gotten in there really yet. Did you guys ever go back to actually crack open that tomb we found? I mean, we dug something up, but we didn't get in.
No, we didn't actually crack that open, did we, Badunk?
Oh.
I think we did the Guardian Barrow, and then we found an entrance. We found an entrance to the actual Barrowmaze.
You see,
I don't exactly want everybody knowing, because then they'll follow us out and we'll lose everything. But
one or two of the patrons seem to suddenly be paying a very close attention to your table.
People want to know what we found out there.
Well, you've come back with loot twice now.
Yeah,
Well, you are the lucky goblin, Badonk.
I know. Which is both a
Here,
blessing and a
Sir
curse.
Albus, did he ever find his sword?
Nope.
No,
Sir
Sir Elvis
Albus.
found his end. Unfortunately,
Yeah, has Roan not been back since Sir Elvis died?
No, he left.
That's awesome.
oh,
Oh. So, Mr. Rowan, you didn't know that Sir Albus was dead?
No.
He's also haunted us since then. It's been a little dramatic at times.
yes,
Did he?
things have been tough. We're glad to see you again.
Well, hopefully I can.
Friendly face is welcome for sure.
West
Hopefully I
Pokes,
can-
Rowan. In the
around.
flesh? Yeah, in the flesh. Good.
So what, in sort of broad strokes, what things do you want to bring Roan up to speed on then?
Well, we would tell him that we haven't seen Skirk for a little while.
Since he got frozen in stone.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What kind of thing was he brewing with his alchemist's gear that got frozen in stone?
It wasn't him that did it.
Oh,
Evil Druid.
Yes, the evil
Cast
druid
some spell.
again. He really is kind of a bastard, that druid.
I'd say we should take him out, but I don't know that I will. I don't know that I will even the odds enough on my own.
So what happened with you? You said you lost that girl, and the evil druid was there, and a wyvern.
Yeah, they attacked a gathering of followers of Hearn, and
Huh?
I've been running ever since.
I'm a follower of Hearn. Where was this?
Wherever it was that I was lost in the woods.
That doesn't help.
Doesn't bode well.
We
So
should-
much bad things going on around here.
We don't even know where. Do we ever go to the glade where Hearn's glade, where Skirg had his mushroom-induced vision?
This is also news to you, Roan.
But Doc, did we ever go back to that glade?
No, I don't believe we did.
Because that's where Skirg had met the evil druid the first time, or
Right.
another evil druid. I don't know if it's the same one. We didn't ask him.
I hear it's going around. So
It's going around.
yeah,
Evil druidism?
evil druids. Maybe don't eat any more mushrooms if you see a druid and they're offering you one.
Yeah,
I mean, I
that
don't
did-
eat mushrooms at the best of times, but I definitely don't eat them when a druid offers it.
Yeah, that didn't
Okay.
go well. We can verify that.
Speaking of
And
your...
he wanted to kill a dragon after. It was kind of weird.
Oh, yeah.
Ossifrax or
Is a dragon around? Jesus, how long? I haven't been gone that long.
well, you have actually.
Seems every evil druid around here has a dragon.
Well, that will make them more difficult to deal with.
So do you want to go in the Barrowmaze with us? Oh, the Barrowmoors?
The people who were sort of craning their heads in have suddenly gone back to their tables and are like, and whispering with each other.
We might have to sneak out now.
I would love to return to the Barrowmoors. I should maybe fatten myself up a little bit first and get a night's sleep in a proper bed. But I'm ready.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think
a
we need
bath.
one more day of rest as well. So
A bath too, probably.
tomorrow morning sounds like a good idea.
And the wind dies and returns.
Is the wind? Oh, yeah, the wind did stop again. What the what?
Do Wes and Badonk look like wounded, where a cure spell would actually help them right now?
I
I
think,
think we're marginally wounded, but we think we healed up mostly after the fight.
I think one
Yeah.
good night's sleep is all they need at this point.
Think so.
As I think,
Yeah, I'm 1 hit point down right now.
I think I'm 2.
It's more scars and trouble than
Yeah,
open wounds.
you'll gain hit points back equal to your level
So we'll be good.
overnight. So they feel that they're going to be okay. And Vaz is ready to rock.
Yeah. Donk, what did we do with all our gear? All the stuff we brought in? Is it in one of the rooms? Because if we go to the Barrowmoor tomorrow, we go to the Barrowmoor to like maybe stash some of this with Haas and Pfeffer or whatever.
HHR Huff and Puff?
Huff and Puff. I knew it started with an H.
Huff and Puff, you may recall, will take a 10% processing fee for converting the valuables into gold coin for you. But what you brought back was basically 90 pounds of treasure. Included 2 gems, 9,000 copper pieces, 5,000 electrum pieces, a potion of human control, a filter of love, and then that massive great sword as well.
We should put aside some for Werbin and Skirk, or just Werbin? I don't know. Skirk was around. He just didn't help.
Yeah, Skirk was up in Serene with you guys, and then he was taken out of the fight immediately. Yeah, I think like narratively, I think that he does get an equal share. Vaz, I think it's actually Vaz. I think it's a 20% share first, because I think that's what you guys negotiated. Remember, you guys were quite eager to get her on board.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds right.
Yeah. So
we also negotiated 20% to someone else, and they didn't survive, so we didn't have to pay them.
Yeah, isn't that part of your business plan?
That's typically how we make money.
That is
actually in the spreadsheet, like attrition of hirelings
that we didn't pay, and or took our money back when we married them.
Oh boy. Okay, so what are we doing tonight then, guys? We got an hour and 10 minutes left to play. So what are we doing?
Well, I think we'll just let's rest up for the night and head out.
Yep, straight out. Bam.
Cool. Let me generate some hirelings. Or do you want to get any hirelings?
I think we're good with just Vasquez.
She's pretty awesome.
Okay.
Mr. Rowan is going to be helpful.
So I guess I need to teach some lessons then about the importance of teamwork. Okay, so morning comes and you guys set out to brave the Barrowmoor. So because it's been a while, Chad, let's brush up our knowledge of the scenic Barrowmoor. You can picture kind of a tourism thing in the background. Come visit the scenic Barrowmoor, home of such vicious creatures as man-eating giant frogs, and man-eating crocodiles, and man-eating giant leeches, and undead,
and
man-eating ghouls. Yeah, I believe you're detecting a theme here. The thing that strikes you, having spent the last 3-4 weeks or so wandering around the wilds of the blackened forest, which as scary and as isolating as that experience may have been, it doesn't compare to the unnerving silence that you always experience as soon as you enter the Barrowmoor. And as you guys are walking along, in fact, I'll turn my sound and my whispering. Where is it? Turn off. Boom. Howling wind is off. For those listening at home, I've had basically a whistling wind playing for about the last 24 hours of play. So now it's the crushing silence of the Barrowmoor. What is your marching order, guys?
The best part is the wind is still here even when we're not. So I logged into Roll20 the other day to check something, and the wind was still here. I was like,
I think usually Wes will be sort of leading us around.
Yeah, let Wes out front.
So that we don't get lost. And Badonk will be stealthing around somewhere on the outside of the party. assuming Roan will follow Wes after his adventures being lost.
Okay. So, we get to do my favorite thing, random encounters.
Roll Nature Guardian.
Oof. All right. That felt good. See, people kept telling me to have some like Tylenol or something like that, or, NyQuil or some other bullshit. Fuck that. Just putting PCs in mortal danger. That is all the tonic I need. I may be wrong about that. I do feel pretty shitty. So, all right. Let's see here. Making your way through the Barrow maze. Where's my random encounter?
Is that Nature Guardian, Kev? If I wanted to check to make sure we're, on our right path and avoiding things like quicksand.
It will be if that's what you encounter. But let's see what you encounter. Oh no. Well, Roan, I hope you enjoy being back. It's been a great pleasure. Yeah.
And the Wyvern has found us.
Okay, so I'm going to grab my copies of Labyrinth Lord. This is something that I love, Chad, is that I can use all the existing OSR stuff that I've got, any like BX style or AD&D, to be honest, stuff, basically as written with Scarlet Heroes.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool.
Looking through my old BX stuff last night.
Oh, yeah, I saw the creepy indecent proposal halfling. Okay, so sorry guys. One of the things that would have been helpful in Barrowmoor random encounter table or Barrowmaze random encounter tables is if it said where you would find the monsters. Because they just included in the second Barrow mega dungeon that Greg Gillespie did, he just included all of the monsters in the base book. So you don't have to look anywhere other than that book for everyone. But here, oh my. So what happens is you guys are making your way along. Wes, you're up front. Then Badonk, you're sort of hidden off to the side. Roan, are you in the middle and then Vaz is following up the rear, or?
I believe so, yes.
That's the way it is? Okay, cool. So then I have 4 potential victims here. Let's see here. Okay. So, Wes, you mentioned quicksand. I think your mind has been very keen to be looking down. But unfortunately, it seems that you maybe should have been looking up. Would you kindly... so here's what we're going to do for surprise going forward. I did this in my... Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea campaign is we start with one person, and until you fuck up, you keep being it. So, Dave, we'll start with you. You are the person rolling for surprise with the party. If you roll that they are surprised, it passes to Jeff. And then it carries on until Jeff fucks up and you guys are surprised.
And this is a D6?
D6, please, yeah.
Okay. I cannot be surprised, or is that just on initiative?
You cannot be surprised, but it doesn't mean the party cannot.
Okay.
That's what you rolled?
Oops.
A 2. A 2 is what you bring to the party. The narrow or the important, crucial response of whether or not you're surprised falls on your narrow shoulders. And you roll a 2.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't seem too hot.
It is a fearsome 2.
Looks like, I guess. I'll be rolling one up soon.
Now, you may be thinking, hey, Kev, you're just fucking talking to stall so you can find the rules for surprise again.
Absolutely.
Well, I would say to you guys, that is a
Pretty
baseless...
sure I didn't roll the 1.
And, oh, never mind, I found it. Yeah, 2 does mean you're surprised. So, Wes, thanks to your foci, you are not surprised. As this basically, like, you're not sure how you... I think I know how you missed it, is that you're passing one of these big kind of like, baobab style trees with these long twisting limbs stretching out, your tiny little feet, shucking up from this sinking, disgusting mud. But what you suddenly comes down is this massive swarm of what you know this because of course of your background, your nature guardian background. This is one of the things that explorers of the Barrowmaze most fear. These are piranha flies. And they're moving down towards you.
Piranha flies. I thought that was a myth.
Yeah, you probably do think it's a myth.
These guys that are in the Barrowmaze, they've been smoking a little too much something outside the maze or inside the maze.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so
real as Frogman.
This thing is 10 by 30 cloud. So I think it's going to catch Wes, Roan, and actually probably just Wes and Roan. I don't think because Wes, you said you're a little bit further ahead than everyone, right? Yep. Okay, so probably just Wes and Roan. So each of you guys takes 2 points of damage from the piranha flies. You are missing the blackened force at this point, Roan. Guys, let's roll some initiative. Oh, and Wes, hold on. Wes, first, you do get to take an action. Because you were not surprised.
I would have been at 14, now I'm down to 12.
All right.
Hold on. Roan, what is your hit points?
I start at 14.
14, okay. Let me I'll just set that onto your where is he here? Boom. On your character sheet. And then I'll start you. Okay.
1d6 for initiative.
1d8 actually. For this. So let's see here. Roan. Boom. There you go, Roan. There's your token. You can get rid of Grigori's still there too. Right. Shit. There's you guys.
Do any attributes add to initiative in this? Or is it
dexterity.
So if I've got a +1 dex, I get a +1?
That is correct. Okay, so there we go. So Roan, you got a token now to track your health on. All right, so we got, let me roll for the bad guys.
That was really weird.
I got a 5, guys. Okay, so it looks like we got Roan, then Badonk, then Wes. Nice, look at that. So Wes, you do first get an action as well because you weren't surprised.
Okay, so my surprise round action or whatever, I'm gonna like madly try and think of like what I remember about this because I was just dissing all the stories as drunken stories at the bar, but clearly there's something else. They're real, so I got to remember what I remember about this and how to like fight them or something. So
okay, so why don't you give me a Nature Guardian and Intelligence check, please.
Nature Guardian is a specialist. When I'm using that, it says I can roll 3d8 and drop the lowest. Is that so correct?
Yep, that's right.
Plus intelligence? You're kidding me, right?
He's not hitting the books a lot, is he? Good old Wes.
Negative.
Okay, so 7 plus what's the bonus you're getting?
Well, I've got 2 slots in Nature Guardian, so
2. Okay, so that's 9 in total. Okay, so I think that what you're doing is because of the pain of these things biting him, you're actually saying out loud as you're thinking it. How do I stop them? How do I stop them?
He's getting nowhere fast.
Roan, you half think he's actually asking you that question. But now, top of the round, let's go through initiative. Looks like it is. Oh, you know what? I did this last time, and this actually worked pretty well. I need to set up the where's the initiative tracker? Boom. Okay, I'm going to get Urban Bind. Turn. Okay. Do you guys have the turn order tracker open?
It just popped up on mine. So.
Oh, did it? Okay, cool. So then, let's see here. Order is Wes. Then, who wants to be in charge of Vaz today? Not all at once.
Doesn't matter.
Badonk, okay. Badonk, you're in charge of Vaz. Vaz is acting, on an 8, actually. Not bad. So that appears to be the right order. The bugs are going. I need to add one for villains, I guess. Let's see here.
I'm only seeing Roan in the turn order. I need to refresh.
Yeah, maybe just refresh. I've got it in mine. I don't know. Do you guys see everyone else in the turn order?
I just see Roan.
Oh, do you? Okay, hold up. Let me try this here. Add turn. So there's Vaz. You see Vaz now?
Yep.
Add turn. You see West now?
Yeah, it's working.
And boom. Yeah, good old Badonk. Badonk. Okay, so let me move you guys back over here. Okay, so then first up is Wes. So Wes, you've been screaming, how do I stop them? How do I stop them? What are you gonna do?
Light a torch. So I can't think of anything, and I'm pretty sure shooting arrows at a cloud of bugs isn't gonna hurt.
So do you drop your bow then?
No, I'll sling it over my shoulder if I have to.
Okay, so you're slinging your bow over your shoulder, and I'll let you retrieve the torch. So that's your round. You take 2 points of damage.
Yes. Can I move away from them?
No, not if you want to draw. You can move away from them or draw the torch. That's the sound Emmy makes.
Wow. That's a terrible idea. I'll try to move away from them then, because if I'm just going to stand here and get eaten up, that's a bad idea.
Sure. Which direction do you want to move? Like in relative to the rest of the party? Do you want to move parallel, perpendicular, further away from them?
Perpendicular, away from them.
Okay. So you move directly to the side. So you kind of have, I think it's 50-50 chance whether you're going to the direction that Badonk is. Badonk, do you have evens or odds?
Odds.
Odds. Okay, so you've come running over towards Badonk.
Oh, sorry, Badonk.
So let's see here. That is it for your turn. Okay, but you did still take the 2 points of damage. Roan, you take 2 points of damage as the piranha flies keep fucking biting you. What are you doing?
I don't know if fear is a
area thing
in this edition.
Let's see here. Fear. So I'm just using the versions. Basically, what I'm kind of like tiering the sources. Labyrinth Lord and the Advanced Edition Companion is the primary source. If I can't find it there, I go to Adventurer Conqueror King. If I can't find it there, I go to the old Unearthed Arcana, because usually I can find in one of those sources. I can find things. Interesting thing. Did you know that Scorching Ray didn't come in until 3rd edition?
I do recall that. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's such a badass spell that I had forgotten that it had no predecessor. So anyway, that's your bit of D&D trivia for the night. Let's see what fear. If you don't mind. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I got my, where's my, here we go.
You should have a D&D trivia every night.
Yes, once again, my copies of BX Essentials come to the rescue. I was actually skeptical of whether I should order these things or not, but this is pretty fucking good. Okay, fear. What level of spell is that?
Well, it was a 1st level spell in Pathfinder 2, so I don't know if I can't take it at this level.
You know what? Fuck it. We'll. I'm just gonna say that's fine. What do you? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow them to make a save with an extra D8, because it's diffusing amongst the group of them. Okay. So that's how that would go. Is that the spell you want to use, or do you want to try something different? To let you know how the saves would work, the target number for them is 9 plus your level.
Okay.
And they get to roll their hit dice as a bonus.
Okay. I don't think I really have anything else that is area effect. So if this is like a swarm, I don't think there's much else I can do to affect a whole bunch of them. Okay. So I'm gonna give that a try.
Okay, here we go. Let me give a quick save here. What does it look like as you cast this?
So whenever Roan casts his spells, it's like his body swells up like almost Super Saiyan style, and it bursts the seams on his tattered clothing.
Okay, so there's one thing I need you to do for me then.
Okay.
I need you to make a Constitution save, and I'll tell you why. Is because you didn't move out of the swarm. So I'm not in OSR games. Remember, any damage disrupts your spellcasting.
Oh,
right? Yeah. So, but because I did the damage at the front of the start of the turn, I'm going to allow you to make the save to do it. Normally, you wouldn't be able to. Normally, you just lose the spell. And also, to be honest, your character would probably know that and just move out of the swarm, which you can do too. Like if you want to.
Yeah, I'll move out of the swarm.
Where are you going?
I guess opposite where Wes went.
Okay.
Just so that we're not all clustered in one spot.
Sure. So you go racing away, and then cool. Let's make the save. So let's hear what's your level?
I'm level 3.
Level 3. Okay. So that's 12. They need or they actually do pass because of the advantage. So you swell up, and then there's this kind of like sucking in of wind, as the spell, manifests out. And there's a brief moment where a cold chill runs up all of your living allies' spines. You guys all feel it in the humidity and damp of this. You suddenly feel as cold as if you had no jacket standing on a glacier. And then as soon as it hits, it passes. And you see for a moment the piranha flies seem to, kind of undulate, kind of like starlings in the air style. And then they lurch forward. Oh, actually, Vaz goes before them. What is Vaz doing, guys? She has that big halberd of hers.
Yeah, maybe she'll sort of like swing it around like a fly swatter, like and try and kind of sort of cut a swath through them and get out of there. Oh, she wasn't in the swarm.
No, she wasn't.
So she'll kind of like trying to stay backing away from it, but still sort of swinging her sword at it to see if it's effective.
Okay.
At
cutting her halberd, I guess. So she's swooping that halberd back and forth, and it's sort of disrupting them a bit in the way that, like, if you waved a fly off your sandwich, it would fly up, but then it's immediately back. So it seems to be doing almost nothing effective against them.
That's exactly what you wanted to kind of learn from it.
Sure.
So.
Okay, so then it is the swarm's turn, and the swarm is going to. I think the easiest and most delicate or delicious flavor is Vaz. So this swarm of piranha things just kind of, engulfs her like a living thing, and she's screaming and cursing and swinging this thing around. Get off! Get off! Next up is Badonk. What are you doing?
Ooh. Badonk does not have a lot of weapons against such an enemy.
Okay. One thing I want to remind you guys is I think there are probably lessons to be learned from this that were learned in a very harsh way from the quicksand.
What, you find out what works and then do that?
You don't have to go after everything?
Run away?
Those all seem like valuable lessons.
Don't fall into the quicksand.
Don't fall into the swarm.
Don't get into the swarm.
Use your environment to survive.
Yeah, I don't.
And sometimes you got to run.
That seems.
It's just the fact that
Wes, there's something about that because you've got Nature Guardian.
I know. Well, obviously, I think fire is a good idea, but as a person who can see in the dark, Badonk does not usually carry a torch with him.
No.
So that's what I mean. That probably would have been his reaction is to, light a torch, but he Maybe he would yell to one of the other characters.
As Badonk is standing there, kind of like trying to figure out how to approach this thing, Biscuit and Bone are just like yeah, barking away at these things.
I think what I would do is be backing away, and maybe I would yell out to someone, throw me a torch.
Okay. Okay. So then that's the end of the round, guys. Let's roll initiative again. I got a 6 for the Schwarm. Hey, 10 for Badonk. Back on top.
Which doesn't help when it doesn't have the right equipment.
There we go. Oh, Roan. And Badonk, Vaz is acting on a 1. So, Roan, you are not the slowest. Actually, that is precisely the order you guys are acting in. Fuck, what did I say the swarm rolled? Was it a 5? I don't remember.
Yeah, 2. 6, he said.
Oh, 6. Okay. So then that means... Okay, so then Badonk and West and then the swarm. So, Badonk, what are you doing? So you've called out for that, and then your
so
mind's racing. So your turn comes up again, and you can hold your action. Yeah, is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I'll hold my action, and if someone does throw me a torch, I will light it.
Okay. Wes, your turn. What are you doing?
I start digging for torches. I have 9 still left in my backpack.
Okay. So your action, you get your torch out, and if you don't move, I'll let you start lighting it.
Sounds good. Can I get 2 out? I have 2 in.
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
Well, here's what I'll let you do is give me a dexterity check.
If you can just pull 2 out and drop one on the ground,
Yeah, if you pull 2 out, let's see. Worst comes to worst.
Throw it on the ground and yell, "Come and get it," or something. I don't know.
Well, I figured I was going towards you, so I dropped another torch. D8. Dexterity?
Yeah, maybe if I see you drop it on the ground, I can at least react.
Okay, so here's your choice. You can get 1 out and start lighting it and have dropped the other one, or you can spend all your turn getting 2 of them out.
I will drop 1 and start lighting the other.
Okay. So by the start of next turn, that one will be lit. But Donk, are you going now, or are you gonna drop down?
You chose to take 1 out?
Well, he tried. Well, he's taken 2 out as he dropped 1, and then he's in a panic trying to light that one.
Okay.
No, but we're in a freaking swamp. It just dropped a torch in the water.
Right.
Was gonna wait to point that out.
Good job, Wes. Good job.
Now you've got Vaz. Roan. Oh, actually, no. It's the. Okay, so Vaz takes. Well, these things just stay on Vaz, swarming around. She's got little welts that are appearing, and some of them are beginning to start to bleed as well. But she won't take damage until the start of her turn. Roan, what are you doing? You've seen this go on.
Okay.
One thing I want to point out to Chad. Sorry.
And was the animated broom that I summoned. So
1 sec. You remember you can use your trait, your casting trait, to do cantrips. So these are minor. Basically, that's what I'm allowing to fill the gap that cantrips had in Pathfinder before. So you can use your thing to basically. That's what you had that question on your character sheet as to whether your character had that or not.
Yeah.
You do, yeah. As a sorcerer, you can absolutely do that. The attack roll is your base attack bonus plus your trait, your spellcasting trait, and which I think should be higher than what it is. You have it at 1 right now, right?
Oh, for the cantrip?
No, for your. Oh, you don't have a trait that is a casting trait.
I don't.
Okay, so that's okay. We'll need to just change that. It'll be something like demonic bloodline. We're going to count it as 3 for today.
Okay.
Because 3 is the maximum we can get to. And so it'll be +4 to hit and 1d4 plus 3 damage. And basically what the cantrip attack is you just need to fill it in thematically of how it would fit your style of magic.
Okay.
You can also do non-combat cantrip stuff too. And basically any small minor magical thing. The thing is it can't have a duration longer than concentration though.
Right.
Okay, this is your opportunity to sort of like improv some fun magical shit. But anyway, I interrupted you about your summoning thing, though.
Yes, I think I'm going to cast Summon Monster.
Yep.
And
So Summon Monster works a little differently in this edition.
Different here? Okay. Because I just thought if I could call that broom back, I could have it, the animated broom, I could have chase off. Chase off of Vasquez, but if I cannot do that,
no, I don't think like with these earlier editions, you don't really get to. Let me check. I know Astonishing Swordsman does have a lower level conjuring, and I'm fine with yanking something out of there. Let me just double check here. Magician list. Yeah, well, you can cast second level spells, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So second level spell called Summon. Well, Summon Demon is the magic or magician one, but I think there's a druid equivalent, and we can just use that for stats. Give me a second here. Druid, where are you? Druid spells. Oh, that's a higher level thing. Okay, that's fine. Let me just get the stats here and we'll just steal the stats for this and have it be a broom.
Sure.
Okay, so yes, all right. So once again, broom to the rescue. What's the? I'm assuming that there is some, engaging backstory as to why it's a broom that this demonic half orc summons.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I probably pretended to be. I probably pretended to clean, offer to clean things for people in the city before I got out. Just like, oh, sweep your shop, and then like would pocket things on my way.
Love it.
On my way out.
Okay, so I got the stats for the broom. The broom appears, and we'll let it act this turn as well. So the broom has a +1 to hit, but it's going to automatically hit on this thing. It, unfortunately, it's not. It's about as effective as what the halberd was.
I guess I'm not really trying to do damage with it. I'm trying to aggravate them to keep them from being constant, like actually being on Vaz.
Yeah. So it's a good thought, but the cloud of these things fills up, 10 by 30 area. So it's easily able to engulf that thing as well, too.
Okay.
But you can still see it dancing around. There's not really much to that thing. So it's, it's moving around and no one's really, it is not taking any significant damage from these things. Okay. Then Vaz, what is Vaz doing? Taking 2 points of damage first. She's doing 4 in total. She's down to... Oh, she gained a level as well. So she actually should have 14 hit points. So I'll just put her down at 10 right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, she gained 11. I forgot to add her.
Let me check her. She will see. She's heard what Badonk said, and she's seen what Wes is doing. She will pull a torch out of her gear and light it.
Okay, so let's back up. And so for actions, guys, what I'm going to ask you to do is really make sure you're putting yourself in your character's shoes when deciding this stuff, because I don't want to constantly sound like I'm being an asshole for robbing you of your actions, but she has a halberd in her hands right now that she's been swinging around. So first action is going to have to dispose of that halberd. She's dropped it to the ground.
And she's just going to take damage
Absolutely.
if she stands in the cloud.
Okay, so she drops and she's going to take damage if she stays in this cloud.
So she'd probably back up or run away, or...
I mean, sure. I mean, I guess she would back up as well.
Okay, so she is back.
So she sheathes her sword and moves and starts to run out of the.
Okay, halberd. She uses a halberd.
Halberd.
Okay, well, she can't really sheath it. She has to drop it, or drop it, I guess.
Yeah, I guess she'll drop it in the, stick it in the mud so she can find it again. She won't drop it flat. She'll stick it down.
That's an action then. So she sticks it in the mud, and then is she going to move out of the swarm?
She's running out of the swarm.
Okay, so she goes racing out of the storm. What direction is she going?
Well, directly. So let's see here. I mean, with
So
no map, that's like, what are your options?
Here,
North,
let's
south,
see.
east,
So
or west?
you guys are here in relation to the other characters. That's what's important.
Sure.
Right?
Okay.
So she's here in the middle where that swarm was. Roan ran over in the opposite direction from you guys, and the swarm is right in the middle here.
Okay. And can she run in any direction, or is there like path that she has to follow?
There's not really a path in the Barrowmaze anyway, so she's just running off into
She
more.
will run in a third direction, so
Okay.
straight down because it's easier for or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So she runs away, and she is now out of the swarm. Okay. That was Vaz's turn. Badonk, you still have not acted this round. Your last chance here.
Just trying to think if he knows that he'll run over. Well, he's right by Wes. He'll see where Wes took his torch out, and he will start frantically trying to take one out of Wes's gear.
Ooh, check us out, guys.
Nice. Oh, they're gross.
Yes. Okay, and they have turned now. Boom. Buzzing flies. All right, so I'm sorry, Jeff. I was looking at the bugs when you were talking. What did you do?
He's moving over. He's moving over to Wes, and he is trying to withdraw a torch from Wes's gear.
Okay. I think that you are certainly dexterous enough to do that, and he probably left his bag open. So you run over and you get it out. You're not able to light it yet, but it's out. Okay, initiative, guys. Vaz is
a lucky looter, so
yeah. Vaz is on a
guaranteed to
1,
grab a torch.
and the flies are on a 5.
Oh,
What we got here? Oh, Roan.
what the hell?
What the hell? Oh, what's going on here? There we go. Wes, what'd you do? 6. What are you guys? And Badonk is 4. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me order this here. Okay. So it looks like Wes is up first.
Okay. He's lighting a torch. It's
Okay.
lit now?
Torch is lit. You were spending your last turn doing that. So at the start of your turn, you've got a burning torch in your hand now.
Okay. And Badonk just rifled through my pack and grabbed another one.
Right.
Okay. So what are you doing, Wes?
Can I help Badonk light the second torch by holding my lit one to his?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay. So you light the torch. That's your action.
Yeah.
Each you take 2 points of damage, please. As it moves into your biting square. Delicious.
No.
Okay. That's it for them. Badonk, you're up. What are you doing? You have a burning torch in your hand.
I will attempt to burn the disgusting insects with my torch.
Okay.
So I will sort
wave
of
it.
wave it at them.
Yep.
But actually trying to like sort of clear a pocket around myself and Wes.
So again, this is a swarm that's about 10 feet by 30 feet. So we're talking millions of flies here. You're definitely probably burning some of them. But you take another 2 points of damage as these things are chewing away on goblin flesh. You still have a move.
You take it on their turn and my turn?
Yep. When they move into your square, you take the damage, and when you start your turn in them, you take damage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're
holy shit. So they kill you in like 2 turns. Okay, so Badonk just runs away as fast as he can.
Which way? Because he's faster than everybody else as well.
Well, the way that would be continuing on to the Barrowmaze. So I don't know what direction that is in relation to where everyone's gone.
Here, we'll put you on the top then. Boom. So you go running up here. And you're out of the swarm. You still did take that 2 points of damage, though.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Okay, so the next up is Vaz. Vaz was grabbing a torch out. She looks over and sees that the torches that Wes are and Badonk were carrying don't seem to have done very much. What's she doing?
Well, I think she sees no point in lighting her torch, so she's going to run after Badonk and grab her halberd on the way by, because it's basically directly halfway in between us.
Yeah. So she's cursing it. Damn you, goblin! As she's running along. Roan, you see this transpiring. What do you do?
I guess I'm going to run out of here.
Okay.
Following Badonk, and I will keep the animated broom.
Yep.
To, I guess, sweep behind me.
Kill it, not me. Kill it, not me. Okay. And then I guess Wes, you're up next. Oh, Wes was at the top, so that's the end of the round. Let's initiatize. I got a 5 for Vaz and a 4 for the flies.
Yeah. Just got a 10.
Nice.
What the hell?
Oh, Roan.
Oh, Roan, what's going on here? And Badonk, 5.
The
Nice.
5 as well.
Okay. All right. So, Wes, you're up first. Take 2 points of damage, please.
Yeah.
Piranha flies.
Yeah. Wes is going to head straight up north, away from, not directly following Badonk,
Okay.
but and if he sees a pool of water deep enough that he can swim in, maybe he'll try to go for a dip.
In the Barrowmoor and your size, it's very easy to find something that size.
Yeah.
You go racing through the woods, you burst through, you see that, you grab your hat, dive in. Ploosh, you are submerged. Vaz is, I take it, running?
Yeah, she'll just keep running.
Okay. Badonk, you're keeping to run?
Yep.
So you can basically decide how much further ahead from the rest of the group you are, because you're substantially faster than everybody else. The flies, or the piranha flies, seem to follow Wes, and you're under the water. These things get over you, kind of swarm around for a bit, and then they're not like mechanically, they're not moving, but they do seem to be dissipating.
I'll just
Roan, what are you doing?
My breath.
Roan? Still running?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So then you guys, the rest of the party can easily outpace the flies at this point, because the piranha flies are just going to go back. Wes, I'm going to assume you're going to wait until the flies go before you go.
Yeah, I will just hold my breath as long as halflingly possible.
Yeah. So you're easily able to do that. The flies dissipate, and they're soon gone. And once your nerve gets up, you sort of poke we see your hat kind of come out of the water, complete with the hole that the manticore tore in it. And then you poke your head up and look around. They seem to have gone. I think that after a bit of time, you're certainly an apt enough tracker to be able to follow certainly Vaz and Roan.
Yeah.
So a little bit of time passes, and then I think that you guys are bandaging your wounds when Wes comes running up. So it's a new day. Badonk, did you want to use your healing gloves?
Yeah, let's use the healing gloves on.
So I decided that my Cure Light Wound spell would be one of the spells that is my ones that I can constantly cast.
Awesome. So the thing is, with that, then the recipients can only get it once per day.
Okay.
Okay. So, but that what it does mean is it's 2 plus 2d6, isn't it? I think
if that's true, you might want to save that till we're even more injured. Really, that's pretty potent.
Yeah. So you guys can each bandage for. Well, first off, you can. Why don't you see how the healing gloves? So after every fight, Chad, you can bandage and heal back 2 points of damage. In addition, Badonk has these really like funky little gloves that are a little oversized. Honestly, he looks kind of like Mickey Mouse when he's wearing them. But Badonk, what's the bonus that it gives?
They heal for 1d4 plus 2.
Cool. So why don't you give us that roll? D4 plus. Okay, cool. So an extra 1. So you each heal 3 points of damage.
Oh, nice.
So that puts me back to 1 below. And Bask has 1 below.
Can only receive magical healing once.
It's not that they can't. It's not that they can only receive magical healing once per day. It's that unlimited healing thing. You can only do once per day, right? Okay. Otherwise, that's just a balance thing. Because otherwise, you can use one of your slots to cast Cure Light Wounds, right? It's just that you can't use that unlimited one over and over and over again. You can use that over and over again on different people, but you can't do it on the same person. Right?
Okay. That's fair.
Okay.
Kevin does want us to be killable.
Yeah. Otherwise, if I want you guys to be impossible to kill, we'll play 5th edition.
I'm going to use my second wind and take a couple hit dice of healing, and I'm going to...
Yeah, exactly. Not to slight 5th edition. That's I do enjoy that as well. Okay. So I'm opening up the my house rules to get... Where is it? The healing. Chad, did you pick your foci? Was that what the demon bloodline was?
Oh, yeah, demon bloodline.
Was it? Okay, cool. Okay. Let's see here. Spellcasting.
So I've got the...
2 plus 2d6. That's what Cure Light does. Cure Serious is 4 plus 4d6. It's pretty badass. Okay. So if you want, Chad, each yourself and Wes still look like they're a little beaten down.
Well, I'm only down 1 now, but Wes is still looking pretty rough.
Yeah.
So I will I'll give Wes a cure.
So when you swell up with that power, is it like light that sort of illuminates your scars while you tap into a more...
It almost looks like black light.
Oh, cool.
Like black light on a velvet painting kind of thing.
That's so cool. Nice. Okay, cool. And
now, unfortunately, Wes, this will make you feel better, but it's going to hurt an awful lot until it does.
So good. Hey, nice. So that is 3, 5. You heal 5 points of damage.
Nice.
That's good because that's all I needed to be at full.
Nice. Okay. So that was within the first 4 hours of travel, gents. Let's see what awaits you in the next 4. Nothing else.
we didn't even get to the Barrowmaze yet? Oh, man.
Yeah, I missed the Barrowmaze. I love Sereno. Oh, this is so great. This is so great. Fuck that. We can kill some PCs. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to move you guys over to the Barrowmoor map or Barrowmaze map because you guys, boom, are over here now. Let me get rid of the tokens we got there. Boom, here we are, guys. So if you scroll down to the bottom, that's where you should be able to find yourself. I'm just going to keep your tokens out of the way here. Okay, so we're going to use, once again, we're going to use Badonk as the leader here. I know Wes is probably the one at peak, but you reach the sprawling Barrow Mounds as well. And let's just take a moment to remember what the Barrow Mounds look like, guys. Now, there are no mountains in the background of the Barrow Mounds, but that's otherwise sort of what they look like. Rolling, blasted hills that are dry and a welcome relief from the damp of the Barrowmoor, but extremely unwelcoming. And you can hear the sounds of off in the mist that clings around these things. Where are you guys headed?
The top one was the entrance to the Barrowmaze.
Okay.
The closest one in 618.
Mhm.
That's the incomplete one. And if we are carrying some hammers, we can smash our way through the rest.
You guys haven't even finished excavating that one yet.
I haven't got in.
No, you haven't even found. You've got a rough idea where the entrance is, but you still haven't excavated it yet. You've made some good progress, but you haven't even reached the whatever stone might be blocking it. So, okay, let me think here.
Count of toads and flies.
So why don't you? I think Badonk, do you have control over that token?
Beliefs.
The little guy at the bottom there.
Yeah, I can move them.
Okay, so why don't you move him 4 squares or hexes, and then let me do the dreaded.
Wait, is the black rectangle the entrance?
No, the black rectangle was
That's the
creepy writing that we found.
Yeah, it's the red square at the top.
So
Yeah.
let's see here. I'll make sure the mic picks up this. Ooh.
Mike picks up the classic DM rolling sound.
Rolling behind the screen. So you guys are making your way through this, and you're the massive, or the hills at least, feel enormous next to you guys. And Roan, where you did have a bit of a claustrophobic feel in the blackened forest, these looming figures hidden and shrouded in that fog is even more unnerving than when you were alone, even though you have your trusty companions at your side here. Unfortunately, you make your way along here. Badonk, I think, turns around and says, "This is around the place where we saw the giant scorpions." And Roan swallows hard.
Great.
Go ahead and move yourself 4 more there, Badonk.
All right. Let's cut around here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's the hex you're going to go to?
That's the one. Read it up, DM. What do you got?
Box text. Box text.
Nothing.
Beautiful. That's just what we were looking
Still,
for.
nothing but the stillness. But what you do see looming before you, about 100 feet off, is this narrow but unnaturally straight spire, Roan. You've never seen this before, but something seems towering near the peak of a nearby mound. Why don't you give me an intelligence plus? Well, what's the source of your power? Is it charisma or is it?
It's charisma.
Charisma. Why don't you give me a charisma and casting check, please?
Okay.
So I think it'll be plus 4? No, plus 6 in total. Is that right?
Is it D8s?
Yes, please. Yeah. Tests are always 2d8, unless you've got some kind of modifier. Whoa. Holy shit.
Whew.
So you see that thing, and instinctually, I think you reach out to sort of like sense the thing. And once again, it's just like, imagine like turning on, you know what it is the opening of Back to the Future. Cranking everything up, and then you're hit by this, and you guys actually see Roan sort of like his legs buckle, and he drops to one knee, as sort of like this wave of necromantic power comes from that obelisk. And you feel for a split second the sound of heavy wings. And then you stop, and you can hear again. And it's that still silence. Do either of you say anything to Roan? This is unusual.
Say something as in we notice stuff?
Yeah, I think you guys would notice it. He makes an audible kind of, when that happens, and it's so quiet here, and you're straining to hear anything. You all kind of look back, and he's on his knees now.
Mr. Roan, are you okay? What's going on?
There's a great deal of power in that spire.
How do you know?
Just
Because it's my fucking job, halfling.
It calls out.
We've been there. It's got all sorts of writing on it.
There was like a surge of necromantic power, and for a second I heard the beating of wings, and I wonder if this might have something to do with the blight, with what's befallen the cult of Hern.
Oh.
Maybe this is where the Dark Druid is drawing his power.
We should smash it.
Oh.
Or not. That could be dangerous.
About that.
Let's weigh our pros and cons.
Do you want to investigate it, or do you want to stay away from it, Ron?
For now, I kind of want to stay away from it.
You hear a sound that's kind of an equal mix of cockroach and slithering, hissing snake. Say, yes.
We all hear it?
No, only
Or
Roan
just
does.
Okay.
Yeah, it's. I think we should avoid that for now.
Okay.
No problem, boss. Let's
Like it.
very clear.
Okay.
I think, where do we got to go from here? Do you think it's more north? Get to the Barrowmaze?
Yeah, north of here.
Yeah, because it was north of the spire. So we go a little bit north, a little bit. Yeah. East, maybe.
Okay.
Okay.
Why don't you go one by one here, Badonk, just so I can reveal, in case you move close to the side there.
Oh. Yeah, so like one, yeah, we are going to go
Okay,
close
so
to
just
that,
stop
actually.
there for a second. I need to reveal some stuff.
And by that, you mean treasure, right?
Absolutely. When do I not just reveal treasure?
Lucky goblin.
No,
That's
hold
why
on.
we brought him.
You also can see, let me see here. 1, 2. Around here, guys. Actually, let me move her out of the way. So around here, where I'm pinging, can you see that?
Yep.
There is another taller mound.
Guardian Barrow.
You can continue on if you like.
All right. Okay, here we go. Let's go up because we want to kind of avoid that stupid black thing.
Okay. All three of you, and Vaz as well, but she's an NPC, can feel as if that thing is watching you. Each of you at a different point in the 20 minutes it takes you to traverse this area looks back, and you can see that shape seems, again, to be watching your progress. Go ahead, move another.
Yes, and this one feels good. Moving away from it. Whoops, I'm not trying to ping it. There we go.
Okay.
It's just very small.
Yeah. Oh, you might want to zoom in.
Oh, I like to see the whole map.
No. Okay.
Makes me feel a little safer.
Okay. Let me roll some stuff here. You can go ahead and move your final square. You still have one more.
Oh, what you're saying is we make it.
You do.
But then we
so one of the things I'm going to do over the holidays, guys, is load some of these things so I can stop having to hold it up to the camera. But one of my absolute favorite things about the Barrowmaze product is this shit. The handout illustrations that you can see.
Oh, nice.
This is what you see, Wick. You know, Badonk and Wes, you have seen this before. Let me move it in so you can see a little closer there. That there is the entrance you move towards.
Nice.
Now, let me roll one more thing. Okay. And one more thing.
These are treasure loot rolls, guys. Don't worry.
Dun, 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 dun.
Wes
Lucky-
has failed his survival roll or his surprise roll. I should say Wes. Dave, let's place the blame where it's due here. Dave, you're fired. Jeff, give me a D6 roll, please.
Oh, the D6.
Do not want a 1 or a 2. By implication, I wanted a 1 or a 2. So as you guys are making your way down towards this entrance, far too late, you hear the sound of a low moan. Oh, you know what? Hold on. It's actually not these things. It is. Love it. I get to use a monster. First monster I'm using out of Barrowmaze, guys. Hot diggity damn. Oh, no, I think it's second, actually, because I think I used giant scorpions as well.
Low moaning. Come on, how bad can that be? Like, really?
As something comes racing. Hey, my cold has been useful for something. That's a better zombie sound than I've ever mustered before. Something comes racing out of the woods, out of the fog. Zack Snyder zombie style. This thing comes racing out. Let's go back to the other thing, because it's probably an easier place to manage your tokens and to add some stuff in. So you guys are about 70 feet away from the entrance at this point. And you're making your way down. Why don't you guys, assuming the bottom is closest to the, like down here, is closest to the tomb, go ahead and position yourselves where you would be in relation to each other, please, while I look up something fucking awesome. Oop, I'm in here.
Were you? Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here.
The tomb is down here?
It is, yes.
Well, I would have probably been leading, so I probably would be closer.
That does sound like something you would do.
There we go. Feels about right.
Okay. It's pretty awesome. You know, just looking through my the images I've uploaded to Roll20 to find the one I want here. It's pretty interesting to see the transition from, like, you know, this to Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers to Star Trek, or Star Wars rather, to Barbarian Conquerors of Kanahu. It is I am a lucky DM again. All right, where is it? 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 Where is it?
If we ever if we play Barbarian Conquerors again, I kind of want to play a superhero who ended up there but is now powerless.
Nice. So a corpse. Got it.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. I'm that's on the list for 2019. I every session I've run of that I have completely enjoyed.
I've been remembering fondly the issues of Uncanny X-Men where they fought Cullen Gath and he turned
Totally.
Euphoria.
Well, I've had someone encourage me to get what do you call it? Champions back onto the list as well too. Because as much as it's got a somewhat cumbersome mechanic, it really is a shit ton of fun to play. Where is it? Yeah, that. Oh yes, here we go, guys. Boom. Okay, let me. And they're the same size as you guys, so that's where the thing is. So 1, 2. 3.
4. Mm-hmm.
6, 8,
What?
9. Okay, so these things have come running out. They do have initiative on you guys. So I'm gonna put 1 on each of you.
Can't be surprised.
Yeah, you're not surprised. So here's what we're gonna do: is why don't we roll? Go ahead and roll initiative, Wes. Let's see if you act before them. Actually, you will because I rolled a 1 and you've got a dex bonus. So as these things are running in, what would you like to do?
Oh hell! Scream at them.
So here's
And
you want to know some good news, good old Wes?
go Wes.
These things are lesser foes. They have, which means you can use your fray dice against them.
Fray dice.
Okay.
So I can unleash a barrage of arrows, which I know aren't very good against undead. So I'm instead going to give the old light warhammer of returning a swing because,
Nice.
I'm keeping it on my person because Badonk doesn't use it.
You know what? I actually know because of these things, the people who are going to, who is still suffering from injuries? Is it basically everyone other than Wes?
Yeah, like still has at least 1 damage kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's everyone but Wes.
Okay, so actually, Wes, no one's actually attacking you. These things seem to be literally bloodthirsty.
1, 2, 3, 4. There's a whole bunch on Badonk. Holy moly. Okay, that one right below Badonk's character icon.
Yep.
I'm going to wing it at him.
Okay, so go ahead and make your attack. And I'm going to say that basically you make double it, like you should get it and spin around and throw it again. That'll be your fray dice. So go ahead and roll your attack first. Or well, actually, you can do either. Like you can roll your fray dice first or you can roll that. Which one do you want to do?
I'll use that. So it is +1, +6 to hit. So it's almost the same as my bow, all the stats, except it's 2 less damage.
Make a decision or you lose your turn.
I was just trying to figure out which dice to roll.
Well, it's an attack roll, D20.
Okay.
It should be in your character sheet, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out if I could use the bow dice or I could just have to type in roll. If I use the bow dice.
Returning light warhammer is +6 to hit. Oh, it's gone up by 1 as well. +7 to hit.
7 to hit. Okay.
Yep. Okay. Oh yeah, wasn't that 20? So boom. So max damage with that is 9, which is just shy. Okay, so you this thing hits and nearly shatters one of them. It takes its arm completely off, but it's still running towards Badonk. I'll put a little token on him to know which one's more damaged. And then this one here, you spin around and hurl it at it again, and it hits. All right. Badonk, your wraps flaring with arcane power. Let me make the attacks on you, though. All right, so Badonk, what's your armor class, Badonk?
Let's see here. I wonder if this sheet is right.
2,
it says on this sheet? I don't know if that's right.
No, I think it's 3.
Okay, that can be
Okay,
right.
let's see here. 3. I got so 2 managed to connect with you. You're dancing around and keeping these things at distance and ducking and weaving. But unfortunately, 2 of them do manage to connect. You take 4 points of damage in total. As these things claw at you. I think it's just because they did get really solid hits. Like that's not necessarily indicative of what they're normally going to do. Against Vaz, another nat 20. Good lord. So she takes another 2 points of damage. And then against Roan, it's a nat 1. Do you want to apply your fray dice damage against this thing?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your fray dice. I think it's a D4.
It's a D4. I think my fray dice can affect anybody, though.
Yes, that's the awesome thing with casters. Okay, 2. So that means 1 point of damage to one of them. So what does it look like as you lash out with magical power?
It's like purple crackling sort of lightning that just kind of whirls around me and darts out.
So you scorch it. It plays across this thing as it comes in, but and you're able to keep two of them at a distance. One of them clumsily, is nearly consumed with your lightning, but one of them does manage to get in and tear its claws down on you. You take 2 points of damage. Okay, so that is the end of a surprise round, guys. Let's initiatize. Zomboids get an 8. Fuck me.
Holy shit.
I rolled really well for them. These guys, like I said, these are a little quicker than the normal
Wow.
guys. Let's see here.
So I had rolled 9 for initiative.
9 for initiative. Awesome. Okay.
Oh, no.
9. Wes. Oh my goodness. Wes.
I saw Badonk and I yeah, never mind. I can't even blame it on Badonk.
Oh, Badonk. Okay. Did someone roll? Oh, and Vaz acting on a 4 as well. Oh, fuck. All right. Let's do that. So Roan, you are up first. These things are in oh shit. Okay, so I forgot to do this we're not going to worry about this for now because we're almost at the end of session anyway. What you need to do is if you are going to cast a spell or if you're going to move to retreat, you need to declare that before you roll initiative. But I forgot, so you can go ahead and do either of those things if you like.
Okay. Does using cantrip damage does that count as spell casting?
It counts as spell casting, but it's not disrupted.
Okay. I am going to use cantrip on the one that I wounded with the fray die.
Okay. You can also roll your fray die at any point. You can choose to do that beforehand, afterwards, whenever.
I'm going to see how this goes.
Okay.
And so I got 1d4 and 3. Or do I have to make an attack roll as well?
Yes, you do. Yeah.
So
it's plus. It'll be 1d20 plus. Which your base attack bonus is 2, so it'll be plus 5. Because your trade is a 3. 19, nice. And you add their AC to it. If you hit 20 or higher, you hit. And these things have a very shitty AC. So yeah, you absolutely nail this thing.
Okay, so
Black Lightning is again.
Yeah, that's the same as it's the same as the fray stuff. That's just kind of always.
So it's just more intense. And okay, you can keep that damage though, because that's pretty sweet. So the one that you hit before falls to the ground, a scorching husk, and then you turn your fray dice on who?
On this guy, or is this guy closer to me?
They're both kind of on you right now. They're both engaged with you.
I'll take this one right here.
Awesome. Roll 1d4. And then next up is the zomboids. Okay, let's roll. We got 2 on. Okay, that's a miss.
1.
Okay, so actually it plays across the surface of this thing's skin, but doesn't seem to penetrate. You scorched all the hair off of it, though. That's my spell of electrolysis. Okay, next on Vaz. One of them manages to break her defenses. Vaz takes 2 more points of damage as these things batter at her. Badonk, donk, donk. Let's see what you get. Your AC is really good now. You know what? Badonk? Not one of these 4 hits you.
Good.
Yeah, you seem to have figured out their rhythm and you're dancing around and rolling through them. Now it is your turn. What are you doing?
Badonk. He will take his vicious dog stance and lash out at the one of the 2 that managed to hit him in the first round.
Okay.
And then he'll use his spray dice against the other one.
So the red represents the red represents 2 points of damage. The green is 1 point of damage.
That they've taken?
Yes, they've taken.
I smoked him with a hammer.
Oh, okay. I'll attack the one above me then and the one to my right.
Okay. So go ahead and roll attack roll. They have an 8 AC. So, all you really need is a 12 or better to hit these things.
Okay, so use this, I believe.
Oh, nail it.
And then-
So 1 point of damage on it.
And 1 point of damage from the fray dice on
Nice.
the other one.
Okay. So you're battering at these things. They are a lot more sturdy than they're like ropey tough, like as if they've dried and kind of like, toughened themselves up. Roan, you sense a intense necromantic magic at work here. Okay, so then it's Vaz's turn. What's Vaz doing? She's got her big ol' howl. Okay, first off, these are lesser foes, which means she automatically hits. So go ahead and roll damage, and go ahead and roll fray die.
Okay. Wait. Oh, like
Yeah,
Is
she
she
doesn't
a
have to
fighter?
roll. These things are lesser foes. A fighter automatically hits lesser foes. So she takes
so she does 2 damage to the first one
nice.
and 1 damage to another one.
Nice. So in one single sweep, takes, a good chunk, knocks off the top of one of their head. One of them is missing an eye now. As it continues to lurch forward towards them. Wes, what are you doing?
This is going to aim at the one that took his fray dice last time.
Okay. Now
And-
you are feeling. Oh, Badonk, you hit, right?
Yep.
You hit undead.
Okay.
Did you remember to do your divine dice of damage?
Oh, no.
There you go.
What's the... Oh, it's this one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Attack
Ah.
with divine.
0 damage.
No. All right.
He'll remember next time.
So sorry, Wes, your turn. Now, Wes,
I'll hit that
You
red
were-
one that I smoked first time.
yeah, you decide to switch up to bludgeoning damage against these things. I can tell you that it does not appear that it's being particularly effective against them.
No?
No, it seems not as effective as, say, what Badonk's
Remember?
tearing claws are doing,
Right.
or
Maybe my
Vaz's
arrows.
slashing halberd.
Yeah, I don't have a slashing weapon though. So I'll just shoot him.
Okay, so that means you need to switch weapons then.
Or I'll throw the hammer because I already had it in my hand.
Okay, go ahead.
That's easier.
Okay. So you hurl the hammer. It kind of goes wide, but thankfully it returns to your hand. And you do another 1 point of damage. Which one was the fray dice? Which one was the attack on? Which one was the fray dice on?
I was attacking the red one, and the fray dice would have been the green one to the right of it.
Okay. All right.
This is attack.
Okay. So you hurl it away, you catch it, spin it, and toss it again. It hits with this magical concussive force. And we're at the end of the turn, guys. Let's initiatize.
Let's kill these things.
Boom. Anybody casting spells or retreating? Both.
I will be casting spells.
Okay.
Do
So
it.
you're going to want to
Ron.
get initiative here.
Yeah, because if they interrupt you, they waste your spell.
Yeah. Mhm.
If you
How
don't,
everyone
you
else do.
waste them.
Are you guys able to enter your initiative order on the turn order? Like if you click on it, can you enter your numbers?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so maybe just do that. And then once everyone's got their numbers in, I will set the descending order. Cool. That's great. Saves me a little bit.
Yeah. Wait. So if you...
And if you on the turn order sheet, Badonk, if you click on the number, you should be able to adjust your number.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that way I can just enter mine. That's good to know.
Nice.
Okay.
Does it
Roll?
resort them?
Yeah, as soon as I know it's in. Great. Wes, you're up first then. So you're kind of cursing this hammer of yours. What are you doing?
I'm cursing the hammer all the way to the bank. Throw it one more time.
Okay.
Heave ho!
Just gonna put the zomboids after.
Do you say heave-ho when you throw it?
Yep.
Okay. So once again, it misses and unfortunately does no damage.
Nothing and nothing.
Nothing and nothing. All right.
You know what? Damn hammer.
Badonkadonk, what are you doing? You're basically lighting up this area right now with the runes that are flaring from your wraps.
Cutting out, but I think I heard you. So I'm going to attack the one directly above me. I'm going to
Yep.
use my fray dice on the one to my right and I'm going to use my divine dice on the one.
Well, no, you don't get to apply it separately. You just do extra divine damage to whatever you attack.
Oh, to which? Okay.
Yeah.
So if this one gets hit for 1 point, it would take the divine.
Yes, exactly.
But
so unfortunately, that misses. But roll your fray dice. 2 points. So that one, Badonk, why don't you give us a description of how this bloodthirsty zombie falls to the ground?
He basically he's got his claws out. They've been sharpened, intensely since he fought the wyvern, and they're just tearing through the flesh of the
a war manicure.
Yeah, it is just it's very I guess I wouldn't say it's bloody, but it's very gross and guts ripping everywhere.
Okay. So this mess is left behind on Badonk.
Yeah.
Roan, you're up next. What spell are you casting?
I'm just doing a cantrip again.
Okay, sweet.
Go
ahead, make your attack
I
roll.
don't have to worry about getting disrupted, and that should hit.
Okay. Yes, it does. Yeah, using a 12 or higher, so it's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Ooh, once again, 2 points of damage. Now the advantage, fray dice.
Fray dice on the same one.
Nice. Go ahead. Hey! How does this one go to the ground?
I think it just starts smoking, and the dried kind of husky flesh on it just kind of burns away, and it tumbles into bones.
Awesome. This blackened, charred skeleton falls to the ground, still kind of hungrily gripping out or gnashing at the air. Next up is zomboids. So we got, let's hear one on Roan. This thing comes in and is not able to, because of the arcing lightning coming off of you, it's not able to get in close enough to really get a good attack on you. Vaz has managed to pace kind of the way that these things are attacking her, so she's keeping it at a distance. And then the three remaining things, two of which seem nearly ready to fall apart. Come on, old Badonkadonk. And two of them managed to connect. But you only take 1 point of damage, though. So one of them is sort of like you can feel it touch you. And as you pull away, Badonk, it runs across like this sickening, quick feel of it running its fingers across your skin, but doesn't do any actual damage. And one of them does manage to seemingly connect. Vaz is the last one to go. She'll auto hit these things. So go ahead and just roll damage and fray dice. And give me a cool.
It's all one button. So.
Oh, okay. Oof.
So,
all right, so
two and then one more.
All right. So how does she sort of like, I think what she does is she hacks the one, they come in and she kind of ducks back, and then she sort of like readjusts and then brings it back the other way and hews the two of these things into two equal wriggling bits that fall into the marshy ground. Okay, these are zomboids, so unfortunately I do not make morale checks for them, but let's roll initiative checks. Okay, oh fuck, I need to pick which wish here. All right, zomboids. Once you get it, go ahead and add it in, and then just let me know once everyone is done.
That didn't work.
Baz rolled the same.
That doesn't work again. What? I can't change it.
You can now. I was changing mine.
Oh, what?
It may just be one at a time.
Yours? It doesn't let you change ours.
Yeah, I think only one person at a time can do it.
Oh.
Is everyone's in?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Boom. There we go, guys. So Badonk, you're up first. What are you doing?
Let's see. Let me. The one above me, I'm going to attack.
Okay.
Full on.
Yeah, and then fray dice against the bottom one.
Yeah.
One of those two. Okay.
So
there you go. You've been missing and missing. Here it comes. Oh, the old Badonk magic's back.
And
that one's down.
Extra point of damage.
Nice.
Took, 3
Remember,
total.
you can do that leap thing now too. So you're sort of like leap up and tear the head off one, and you pogo back and tear the other one to the ground, ripping its torso off at the waist.
Nice.
Next up is Wes. What are you doing?
Wes is not giving up, and he is going to shout out with the power of Hearn the Hunter.
No. Nope, but the fray dice does do a point of damage. but it's bludgeoning, so it hits it, and it's sort of like you knock sort of its jaw loose. It is still trying to take him down, though. Speaking of it, so what we got? We got one zomboid on. So one on Badonk misses completely. You did mention. Oh, and Roan, why don't you go ahead and do your fray dice damage against it? I rolled a nat 1.
Nice.
Emperor style. Ooh, another point of damage on it. All right. And then it is actually Roan's turn next.
All right. I'm going to cantrip it up.
Here we go.
So that is a hit.
Definitely hits. And another 2 points of damage. So you've just been sweeping this black-purple lightning around, taking these things down. There's really a terrible smell in the air right now. Then it is Vaz's turn. Badonk, you want to try and take those, or Jeff, you want to take?
Oh, that's only a.
That's enough to take it down, though. Wes did loosen that jar, so that's it. Nice. Okay, now having Badonk at half and Vaz at half and Skurg quite injured too. Because we're at the end of session right now, guys, I think what we'll say is that you will make your way, because I don't want to have another situation like last week where we end up like just basically, because of the story, blue hazing someone. We're just gonna have you guys go back to town again. So what's the narrative?
I think
reason?
we've kind of learned our lesson that if we're having bad luck on the maze, we head back.
Or bring hirelings, because those seem to always suck up hits for you guys as well, right?
Yeah. So we'll search around and see if there's anything nearby that these guys had chewed on recently. Maybe.
Let's see. Nil, unfortunately.
Well, then
these things seem to be nearly naked. At least what remains of them. But you feel like you learned some important lessons. And what those lessons are, we will find out next session. However, let's see here. We have Skurg back in the mix, and we've got Roan. Roan, because you are back, you'll be gaining double XP tonight. Because you are lower level than the other guys. And in this, that means that I think you are 2 sessions off from hitting your next level.
Nice.
So that is pretty sweet. Let me just get out of
that.
I'll have to take a look. I'm going to take a look at your character over the weekend, and I'll update them, and I'll make sure I update your hit points, your XP accordingly as well. Let me just get out of Roll20, and I'll do the outro, because I am feeling like a remarkable bag of ass at this point, and I think I need to get my drawing done and get my butt to bed. Okay, stop sharing. Turn this back on. All right. So for those listening at home, thanks so much for joining us for session 25 of our Barrowmaze campaign. Once again, our guys have ventured back to the Barrowmaze, and that is pretty exciting to have them back on topic and on target. As always, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below, or you can reach me on Twitter at Dungeon Musings, or you can shoot me an email at dungeonmusings@gmail.com. And if you want to hear more of the melodious sound of my cold, altered voice, you can also reach me now on the Dungeon Musings podcast on Anchor, on Stitcher, on Apple Podcasts, on any of your favorite podcast platforms. They're not actual play sessions. They are just more topic-based things, but there's some more content there if you are hungry for it. As well, even though we've hit our goal for the year for the Heroes Save Villages campaign, if you have enjoyed the session, I would just ask that you consider clicking through the link in the description of this video to learn more about the Heroes Save Villages campaign and about the charity that it benefits, the SOS Children's Villages International. Any donations that are made there go strictly to SOS Children's Villages International to help them do the very, very good work that they're doing. I don't take any of it. There's no middleman that takes any of that. It goes directly to help them with their mission to help out children. So there's absolutely no obligation to do that. I just ask that you consider clicking through and learning a little more about the charity campaign. Last but not least, I once again want to thank my players. So guys, thank you so much for making it tonight. Chad, Dave, Jeff, guys, thanks for a fun return to the Barrowmaze. This definitely felt like a return to form with a lot less fun and cute gnomes and a lot more, holy fuck, we're going to die.
Absolutely.
So that was great.
Yeah.
I'll make sure to add your spell book for you as well between now and then as well. All the other guys, I've got something that looks like where did I put Werbin? Werbin's making his fucking hide saves. Where is he? I don't know. Anyway, it's a spell book. It's going to have your spells in it, so you're not going to have to flip through, and you'll know precisely what they do. Nice. If there is any spell that isn't a direct conversion as well too, or something that I just don't feel I can find an equivalent for, I'll let you select a replacement from what's available.
Sounds good.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, thanks again. There is again, as a reminder, there's no session on Friday because my folks are in town visiting, but we will be back again in a week's time with session 26 of the Barrowmaze. Wait, is that Boxing Day? No,
that's the 18th.
Oh yeah, 18th. Okay, cool. So yes, still before Christmas. So, all right. Well, thanks, folks. Hope you enjoyed, and we will see you again very soon. Thanks, all.